Um, I'm on leave, so I've had a lot of thinking to do. Welcome back to the channel. Um, Actually, I don't know if this is gonna be a channel video. I'm actually thinking about turning this into a podcast, but I have so many things that I think about, and I have like out loud conversations with myself about, and um, for my own purposes, I want to remember these gems, or I want to remember, yeah, these gems. Period. Um, but also, if it helps anyone else, that'd be cool too. It's so funny. Um, I've been life has been tough. But I sort of like I understand the elements of it that are making it tough. I understand the things that I can control, the things that I can't. Um, but I think it's like as I've been going through this difficult period, um, it's like the longer I've been in it and the longer I've persevered, my view of it continually zooms more and more out. And I think like having that perspective really has really like helped to sustain me through this. But then also just it's taught me quite a few things. But I was just thinking today about like I had another zoom out moment and like this time that I'm going through. Um, is so crazy. Because like I enjoy watching the patterns of astrology and seeing if those patterns like apply in my life. And with this period of Pluto first retrograding in Capricorn and then going stationing in the station direct, and now it's gonna be like going into Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius, so um, so I know that it's according to astrology, these energetic fields and themes are going to affect me specifically. Um, so I've been looking at that, and I've been looking into Pluto so much, and when it first went into Capricorn, and the things that happened, and it's like the coincidences are ridiculous. So it's a story that I continue watching as it develops. But it's so funny because what I've seen is generally in like the astrological space, going this change from Pluto going to Aquarius is huge. Because number one, we're not going to see it again, or at least we're not going to see Pluto and Capricorn again after it goes in. It's like a once in a lifetime thing. And Pluto is a planet of some really serious story arcs in our lives, like death and rebirth, transformations. It's like it contributes to those like the worst of our time, the worst periods in our life that turn out to be like the biggest blessings is what I've seen. And especially like looking at my chart, I can see like heavily, like it's uncanny um, how these patterns are so easily recognized in my life. And with this change, that means we're going into a new life. We're going into a new influence of our lives. We're going into a new era. Um, and then as individuals, and however Pluto affects us in our charts, we're going to be affected in different ways. I know Pluto has had a huge, a massive effect in my life because of where it is and what it aspects in my chart. So, understanding Pluto for me is sort of like, getting access to a data set that can help me navigate the future better if I continually see these patterns reiterating themselves in my life, as according to astrology. Um, so yeah, we like our lives are changing soon, especially like Aquarius dominant people. Lives are changing, and Capricorn, because for them it's leaving their sign, so there's going to be a huge change in that way too. Um, but that means like our lives are changing. I know when Pluto moved into Capricorn, the year that Pluto moved into Capricorn, my mother died. So like my life fucking changed. Okay. um, so I know the spectrum of Pluto in my life. Like, you know. So it's a thing of now being so curious about what's gonna happen next. But regardless, it's life is changing. And so the funny thing, and I'm like I've been rambling for like 6 minutes now to get to the point, but the funny thing is, in this change, life has been deliberately testing me. Like it's showing me opportunities, or it's showing me options that will take me back to some semblance of my old life. And then like it's showing me nothing from the new life, right? So it's like tempting me to choose to go back and essentially not learn all the lessons that Pluto has taught me. It's literally, it's saying, have you learned your lessons? Because we're finishing this chapter now. And it's like, in the most literal sense, it's crazy. Um, but it made me think, I'm like, damn, okay. So I'm going through a difficult time right now, and I have options to sort of undo things, to get it back to a time where I wasn't happy, but I wasn't going through as difficult of a time, to provide some relief, right? But Peter rewards fearlessness. Peter rewards um, embracing the change, going with the flow, not resisting the change. And I mean, I know that I've learned incredible things about my own strength and perseverance in this time alone. Um, I just think it's so funny how these messages are coming, how these opportunities are coming. Like it's so Plutonian. Um, yeah. But I think, from the patterns I've recognized, moving forward is always the option. Moving forward is the only option. Persevering is the only option. Continuing is the only option. We can't go back. We left there for a reason. It was uncomfortable enough to leave. So don't mistake familiarity with relief, because unfortunately a lot of us are familiar with bad things. So going back to familiarity is not necessarily going back to something that's better than where you're at right